rain outside in my I guess a lot of people use the internet again. That's why I try to do the shows earlier in the day to beat the crowd. Um,
Mhm.
because we do have a lot of people in our neighborhood working from home and looking at the time, it's 1 o'clock. Most of them probably just got back from break and all logging in at the same time. So I do apologize for that.
Right.
Um, but
And if you don't mind, I just want to say, Happy Memorial Day.
yeah,
I mean, I just want to say that to everyone out there, because you know, right, wrong, or indifferent on what you feel politically or anything, this is a great country, and for those that serve country for our freedom, uh, words cannot express. So, Happy Memorial Day, and thank you for those that serve and are serving.
exactly. Happy Memorial Day. Appreciate you for serving. For the ones that actually lost loved ones during this time. Um,
True.
that they go into the gravesite and visit. We're praying for you um, and hope that you have comfort today, uh, knowing that your loved one made a big sacrifice for
Absolutely.
for us and our country. Um, but basically, what we wanted to do today, I received a lot of great feedback after the last show with Miss Kincaid. Uh,
Yeah, it was a great show. Well, all your
uh,
shows are good, but that was really touching and to the point.
and I really appreciate Miss Kincaid, Miss Simmons for taking time out of their busy schedule. They will be back on in more shows. If you are new to the channel, please follow us on Facebook, YouTube. Um, Speak on it with who you with, Kirk though, and just added Twitch, Periscope, and oh, that's it. Twitch and Scope. Periscope, the name is Who You With Kurt Dog. They said my name was too long. So on Periscope, it's just Who You With Kurt Dog. Definitely follow us on those platforms. Um, Share, tell a friend because we have a lot of great shows coming up. Um,
Yep.
which I appreciate my wife coming on today and giving her point of view because it may be another couple that is dealing with the same thing. Um, you can check the Facebook page. I have Miss Kincaid, um, Miss Simmons information on there. Also, strolling on the chat, we talked about different abuse. We have the mental support line, prevention number. Hello, Sandra Jeff Show. Um, we also have different other organizations where you can reach out for help if you're in a abusive relationship. Um,
Mm.
so definitely take advantage of these things. Um, if you have a show that you want us to talk about, email us, who you with kirkdog at mail.com, and we will talk about the subject. Welcome, Ricky, to the show. Thank you for tuning in. Um, Sandra said, Tracy, you hit the nail on the head.
Thank
Uh,
you.
Pride keep us recognizing that we need counseling. Yes,
Absolutely.
pride is a killer because for me, like I said, I felt like I didn't need counseling. Black folks don't go to counseling. It doesn't make a difference if you black, white, Hispanic, Chinese, whatever you are. If you are struggling with some things, trying to figure it out, you definitely should go to counseling. And the counselors that I've had on so far, they can also do telehealth. You don't have to be um, uh, in the Metroplex to see them. They can still come out and you could get counseling by telehealth. I know we're in the middle of a pandemic, and right now it's so stressful with everything that's going out. You don't know if you have to go to the grocery store, you have masks and gloves on, and then, but other people don't have theirs on, and the fear of possibly getting um, the coronavirus is high, and we should wear our mask because it take your chances down of getting the coronavirus. So we definitely should wear it. Use hand sanitizer, wash your hands, do all of that to try to keep you and your family safe. Um,
Yeah.
so definitely follow our page. Um, I believe I seen Miss Joyce Parker on the chat also. She's from Mississippi. She actually been following us since I've started. I appreciate you, Miss Parker. And who knows, one day, I know we talked offline before, and some of the things that you're doing in Mississippi, uh, we're gonna have to have you and you on the show and things that you're doing. Um, so I definitely, if someone is actually doing great things in the community, I would like to have you on the show to bring you on. Um, Another thing that we're dealing with now, this past weekend, a lot of beaches open up.
Right. Right.
That's not a good set. Um, and some of the videos I seen, people not social distancing. They not wearing masks. They just free having a great time. But that's not why I came on here today. I wanted my wife wanted my wife to give her opinion and her thoughts of how she felt when I was going through it. Hopefully, I'm better now. Hopefully, she think I'm better.
Yeah, babe, you're definitely better. I mean, again, it's just one of those things like you're cautious. I mean, and yeah, this pandemic didn't help didn't help much. I mean, you're very cautious, but that's actually with look at that's one of the pieces that help America thrive. You have your one piece that I would say in counseling that we both learned about. It's kind of obvious, but at the same time, you may not realize it until you actually speak to a counselor. But your childhood or how you grew up, your circumstances, that all plays a part of who you are today. That we were just reading the book. One of our counselors gave us a book. It was about boundaries, and it clearly talks about sometimes you can make your boundary in your own life today by saying, you know, this is what I was exposed to growing up, or this is what I've seen, and I'm not going to be that person, or I'm not going to do that, or it's something that you did like, or and you role model that, or something that you can it has an underlying meaning, and you don't even know that you're mirroring the behavior you've seen or not. So there's so many things that counseling can unveil. It's just like I'm peeling the onion, you just peeling it back, and the more you know about yourself, or for us, your spouse, and share through different lenses, the marriage gets stronger, the communication gets better, and but there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, being transparent, and like truly transparent in a marriage, is everything. And so um, we talk about black love. We have family, friends that have very strong relationships, and just we're thankful for that. We're thankful for our own marriage, and a big piece of that comes with counseling, communicating, and not taking each other for granted. But that all stems through a part of being able to have a dialogue and communicate. And before counseling, you ask about, are you better? Yeah, before the counseling, you wouldn't communicate. Now you communicate, and sometimes you over communicate, just like I do. So, but it's really good. We joke about it. We're able to joke about it. Before, I'm sure if I would have said that, I wouldn't have been that free to just say you over communicate, or I over communicate, because we really know what we're here for. We're here for each other. We love each other, and we want each other to do well and be well. And so, again, counseling unravels that or shares that so that you can really understand what someone is saying, and taking the message, taking the intent, as opposed to how it comes across or how it's said. And when you live your life, not even just in marriage, but just your life in general, in a standpoint where you can take the intent or take the true message, you're better off for it. Because I mean, it's just better for you. It works for me. It helps me not be so critical uh, in regards to things to just so really good stuff.
Ricky also said, living with people that don't think COVID-19 is real. And Ricky, one day I'm gonna have to have you on the show too, because we go back way back. I think we're about 18 years strong or something like that. And his testimony is great. But we'll try to work all that out. But that is true. Living with people that that don't believe COVID-19 is real. This thing is about as real as it gets. Um, you could pretend like it's not real, but what would eventually happen is going to affect you somehow, some way. So definitely, this COVID-19 is not a joke. You have to protect yourself, protect the people in your household, and and try to do what you can to keep it from spreading, regardless of what they say on the news. Because if you notice on the news, here locally, they don't talk about uh, each county no more, or how many new cases the county have. They only talk about the state of Texas now. How many new cases in the state of Texas? Then I think we heard on the news they said that next month Houston's supposed to have a huge outbreak next month, and I'm
It is.
like, that's crazy. And it looked like majority of these places that's having huge outbreaks are the ones that are close by the ocean, that it's just and everything. So with that being said, that's probably one of the biggest problem. They opening up the beaches and stuff like that, and it's too early to open them up.
Right.
So, um, but I definitely appreciate. We're not going to be on here too long, so definitely if you have questions, I'm gonna read them online. Um, Hey, Miss Parker, thank you for your comment. Said it's a great show.